obviously a well-needed win from a group that last week it was just a total disaster. Our guys bounced back. They did good. This was a hard game. We knew it was a hard game last year. This offense is hard to stop. You know, the whole key to the game, the second half, was we were able to run the ball. They had 44 snaps the first half, and I told the offense if we didn't control the ball the second half, we couldn't win the game. We had to be able to run the ball. They had 44 the first half, and they had 25 the second half, and that was pretty much the difference in the game. We relied on the kicker. We didn't go deep with the ball the second half. We weren't going to turn it over. Offensive line, David Niehaus, what can you say about him? He hadn't played a handful of plays in his career, and he goes out, starts at center, and doesn't give up a sack. He gets almost all the fronts called right. Just unbelievable what the kid did, and really proud for everybody, coaches and players after that horrible game we had last week.
How were you able to run the ball so well in the second half? You had 21 yards in the first half.
Well, what happened is we tagged passing plays on to running plays. And so if Gunner thinks he can get it into the shack, that's the reason he caught 14 passes, then we just go ahead and we fake the ball and we throw the little short route. I told him I didn't want any tag in the second half. Linemen, we're going to run the ball. Wipe all doubt out of your mind. We're running the football. And fortunately it worked because we just couldn't keep getting in second and long and third and long with those short passes because they were doing 51's a heck of a football player. And he was making a few breakups. But, again, we called a running play and we ran it instead of reading it and going to a pass.
You mentioned this past week, that maybe the defense needs to step up and win a game once in a while to help the offense.
Yeah.
That was kind of the situation today a little bit. Right?
Yeah, oh yeah, that was big because the first two drives, you know, we gave up 10 points, but it was a situation where we were just hanging on. I mean, we were missing tackles. We got guys out there at the beginning of the year shouldn't have been out there, but I tell you, they played their hearts out the last 5 weeks, and it was just it was one of those deals where we didn't blitz but once the whole game, and we didn't take any chances. If they were going to score, they were going to score, on a long drive, and fortunately we were able to get them in enough third down situations to get them off the field. The big drive was right there at the last one. We missed a field goal, and then they go 3 and out. And Steve Klinsky said, I don't care if they throw it, they're not going to run it. And so we stayed in run defenses, and sure enough, they ran the football, and we were able to stop them. But that was a true team victory. Offense, defense, and kicking game. Everybody had a part in it. Everybody played a part of getting us back into it. The sideline was great. It's hard to go on the road 2 weeks in a row, especially after that mess we went through last week. But it wasn't a fun game to watch. It came down to the end. But Andrew beat him last year with a 47-yarder, and he beat him this year with a 42-yarder. So he's pretty much got their number.
Strange game for him. He misses an extra point, he misses a 44-yarder, he kicks a 50-yarder, and he kicks a winner.
Yeah, and they didn't want to kick the 50-yarder. We're sitting there, the wind's in our face. We needed something good to happen. I've seen him kick so many good balls, and our special teams coach said, let's punt it. He said, I don't think I can make it. And I said, yes, you can. Let's go. And he caught the thing perfect. It had to be a perfect kick. So
Gantz said he didn't think he could make it?
Well, it's out of his range, into the wind. Yeah. He said it's. I always tell him it's got to be at least 80%. You tell me if it ain't 80%, you let me know. And at the end, he said, Coach, it was about 50-50. And but he caught it right. But like you said, he missed an extra point, and he missed the easiest field goal of the day.
Give a quick assessment of the regular season, 7-5.
Oh, you go back and look at it. The only game that we just really played poorly in, well, other than the Temple game, we did the same thing. We played better. We played at home, and the Temple game, we just gave the ball game away. Not that they didn't outplay us. You can't beat anybody with 6 turnovers. Last week the same way, but the other ball games that we played, they all came down right at the end. And for some reason we couldn't make a play. Everybody we played was. Of course, they were fired up to play us, and of course, that's what you get when you get the target on your back. But I've sat down, we talked with the seniors, and there's not been any quit in these guys. Last week we didn't quit. Our guys played their butt off the second half, and they knew they could get beat 100. Giving up 51 in the first half last week. But there's a lot of pride on this team. We got a good group of seniors. It was good to see Gunner bounce back and do what he did. He didn't have a great day, but he did the right things, and he didn't throw it for. Actually, the one interception was a great play. from the kid that came. I saw him come out of center field and came over and made the play over Chris Moore. But that just you love team victories. And most of the year, one group's played good and one group has played bad. Today, both teams played pretty solid. We didn't do anything out of the unordinary, and we had to call a kicking team in to win it. But that's what you want to do on the road. Give yourself a chance to win in the fourth quarter, and that was a huge win for us.
Point I think you had made 78 in a row. So, and then you missed a field goal. I mean, you made a long one, kind of a very up and down day for you. Did you feel like I want to redeem myself on that last one, or what was the thought?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I try to be perfect in everything that I do, and it's kind of my biggest attribute and I guess my biggest downfall in some regards. But you're right, I missed a point in a long, long time. And this field out here, there should be really no excuse. I was just trying to do something different on the grass because it's not really what we're normally doing. Just kind of threw us off a little bit and missed an extra point by a couple inches. And go out there, hit a 50-yard field goal, a pretty big high moment in the game for me. And I guess for the whole entire team, kind of gave us some momentum back. And I went out there on that 44-yarder, and I don't really know if I was just trying not to miss it, but I didn't hit my best ball that I could have, and I knew that right when I hit it, and I barely missed it. So I wanted us to get back down to give me another shot to come back down there and pull it through for us.
So what are you thinking going out to kick that last one?
Same thing I thought last year. That was going through my head the whole entire game. I know I said it last year, and I just had the same feeling again that I had last year for some weird reason. And I did the same thing we did last year. I went down and told Gunner, I said, dude, just try to get me down there. I'll pull through for us like we did last year, same exact thing. And I think that gave him some confidence too, because him and I kind of feed off each other sometimes in games and stuff like that. And we get down there, I just went out there, I knew I was going to make it. I don't think I've ever missed twice in a row in my whole entire college career, knock on wood. But I try to go out there and just put everything right down the middle of the pipes, and it went through on that one, so I was pretty happy about it.
Did you really tell Tommy you couldn't kick the 50-yarder? You couldn't make it?
Well, we had some wind coming in our face from that side of the field the whole entire first half of the game. So we go out there, and the wind kind of died down. He asked me, he said, do you have the distance? I said, I got it as long as there's no wind. I said, there's some wind, it might be a little iffy. And the wind had died down, so he told me to go out there and hit it, and we knocked it down. So.
You said you told him you couldn't make it.
Oh, yeah, I think he exaggerates a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, we believe you.
We know.
You got 7-5. It's not maybe what you wanted, but just talk about that a little bit. Just the season overall, I guess.
It was a great note to go out on, especially for the seniors. This game was for the seniors, and everything we did this past week's been for the seniors. And but you're right, it's been an up and down season. We had some pretty big wins, big performances, and we had some pretty bad losses, and some things we like to get back here and there. But I mean, that's just what football is. You go back and forth on everything. You have some bad games, have some good games, great drives, bad drives, just like tonight. I mean, I had a bad field goal, then I come down and hit a game winner. It's just the sport. So I think we all kind of know that. We've all kind of come accustomed to that at the end of the season because we were really down on ourselves. But I think last week everyone really pulled together, and that's why you saw the result you saw here today. It was a complete team game. It wasn't just one person going out there and winning the game for us. It was offense, defense, and special teams. So I think this is the first time all year I think we've really thrived off each other in all three phases the whole entire game.
You got a bowl preference? Where you want to go?
I want to go to Miami. Miami would be awesome, yeah. And it's before Christmas, too. I haven't been home for Christmas in 2 years, so I like to get home with my family.